Shona, and Anna May Mangan, who thinks parents who post, like Sharenting, are a total bore. It did get quite animated, and lots of people with views on it. Shona, you're in the position of having to defend this practice.
Yes.
What do you say for yourself?
I think it's the modern way of communicating, and parenting can be a really lonely place to be. And my posts are not boring. I mean, you can call me anything, but please don't call me boring.
Here are your posts.
Oh, you've got some.
Let's have a look at them. So here we go. So what's going on here?
This is Flo trying to get Dolly out of bed in the morning. So
we've all been there.
Yeah, and you know, I have family that live all over the world and friends, and this isn't about me going, oh gosh, aren't my children beautiful or aren't they? This is just about letting people know on a day-to-day basis, keeping them informed about what's going on in our family life.
Do they mind? That's the point.
The children. Well, I don't think I post anything that would cause them concern, but if I was slightly concerned, I would just remove them from the post so they didn't see it. I mean, I think it's my right. It's no different to talking over the garden fence with the neighbour. In the old days, 50 years ago, we would all have lived on the same road, we would all have shared a sense of community and chatted about the stresses and strains of parenting. Now, this is how I cope with...
It's a way of letting off steam.
That's right.
And what is wrong with that, Anna May?
It's nothing to do with over the fence, because you're showing photographs. I don't know if anyone remembers years ago, people used to invite you around to look at their holiday photographs. I mean, you're probably all young.
Someone have them on a slide projector.
Slide up on the wall, that's right.
And sherry was a lovely
and this is a bigger version of that, and equally as dull. And I mean, your little girl is lovely, but I have to say that now because you've put a picture of her in front of me, and that's the situation. People have to like and respond, or it's seen as a lack of interest. What are you saying? If you put a picture up and put it on, nobody liked it, you would be offended?
I think that actually, and everyone says to me they find my posts humorous because
Of course they do, because you've made them by putting it out there.
Well, yeah, to friends and family. I keep my privacy settings tight. I'm not expecting the whole world to find my life interesting. That's not what I'm saying. But to people that are flung across the world, they want to see pictures and they want to hear what's going on. And
there's no way of guaranteeing that those pictures are not going to go further, and you know that's true.
I don't think that's
true. And there's a trail back to children, and later on in life, the things that you think are cute, your children will find very embarrassing.
Michelle emails in, why don't you just delete or unfollow the person that's annoying you? She says she's guilty of oversharing pictures of her children. She has relatives who live the other side of the country. Pictures is the best way they can watch kids grow up. So just ignore them if you don't like them.
But it's not as simple as that, because obviously people can do whatever they like. But I'm thinking, why do you want to bore me? Because they are boring. Other people's lives in the minutiae that they're shared and photographs. I mean, I must admit, if I look at if someone's in their house, I'll say, oh, that's a nice sofa. But I'm actually not that interested in the child or your family life, because really I've got my own.
That's not in the spirit of friendship, though, is it? I think that's a little bit. I don't think you should be on Facebook. You know, that's not the spirit of Facebook, and so don't go on Facebook.
The internet allows you to shove this stuff down people's throats when they actually don't want to see it.
They can unfriend you then, exactly that, or not follow you. And I don't like mothers that just continually go, oh, look at what my child's done today, isn't this amazing? Certificates. To me, that is boring. I wouldn't unfollow them because they are a friend, and that's
haven't you seen posts saying, oh, proud mummy, I'm so proud, they're so lovely, and they're in the room with the child as they're posting it at the same time? Why just not tell them?
Slightly showing off, but I do the opposite to that, actually, on Facebook. What I do is show the reality of parenting, and for me, it's a way of coping with what my children put me through on a daily basis, like the chaos of my life.
It's fake.
And if I didn't do it, I would be under the kitchen table with a bottle of gin or in a loony asylum.
So, Anna, would you rather see pictures, you know, showed as sharing of traumas, or would you rather she stopped you in the street as you were rushing to a bus and said, I'm having a nightmare morning?
Yeah, Shona can do whatever she likes with her child and her picture, but I think that she should be showing more caution and more restraint, because your child really is not your property.
They are my property. Actually.
No,
I gave birth
totally,
to them.
absolutely not.
I gave birth to them, and in fact, I asked Dolly earlier. I said, you know, do you mind, Mummy, putting stuff about you?
Yeah.
She said, Mummy, I belong to you. You can do whatever you like.
How old is Dolly?
Hashtag bad parenting.
No, that's not a bad. I'm not a bad mother. That's so judgmental.
But Shona, that's another interesting point, isn't it? As soon as you put stuff on social media, and to be fair, it doesn't matter whether you set your privacy settings to just family, because those pictures actually could be shared if members of your family didn't, you know, sort of obey your settings, so to speak. But as soon as they're on social media, people can comment on them, and actually that's an invitation to comment on your children as well, which you know, could cause some sensitivity.
I've never had a problem. I don't feel that there's a culture of judgments. I just must have lovely Facebook friends and family. I mean, no one. They, of course, give their opinion. If I post something about the latest escapade of one of my teenagers, and I have posted lots of stuff about what they do, because it's how I cope.
And sure, I mean, do you ever read the comments, for instance, on your articles?
Yes. Well, that's obviously the bigger picture, isn't it?
Yeah. We all know that's a kind of world of hell no one wants to enter into if you're feeling thin-skinned. So what do you do when your children might see something like that?
Well, obviously, that is my job. I do write about my family life, and I think it does give a lot of people comfort. I am here to make other people feel better about the way that they're coping with parenting, because I'm honest. I'm at least honest.
It's a sanitised version of your life, because you'd never take a picture of yourself, or I would never take a picture of myself first thing in the morning, post it, because it would have the hashtag "what a mess."
No, I would.
So why would I want anybody?
Is this about you wanting to present a certain front?
No, because I don't do it. I think the people who do it are pushing forward a certain sense of their family life, which is not true.
I object to that. There is absolutely nothing sanitised. My life is just as it is, and that's what I do. And I do it because it helps to turn a stressful situation into an anecdote, and you've got to laugh.
But then you become a broadcast channel, not a mum, because you're putting out all those feelings all the time.
It's no different to chatting to a neighbour over the fence.
Entirely different.
As we say on a broadcast channel.